West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads.
We are setting up everything, but it will be live in less than 10 minutes, I think.
Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. I hear her voice in the morning hour. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads.
Until then, I guess we will have some nice YouTube music.
G'day.
Oh, hello! Let me start the music. So, we are ready, I think. You just need to share your screen and it's a go.
Okay.
And I will display that and let's see what do we have today.
So how does this work? I just code something?
Eh,
Fix something?
Yeah, just you screen your share on Discord. I show that, and
Yep.
basically it's up to you what you want to implement, or we can just go through the code and explain what you did and how did you achieve that. I mean, it is quite unscripted.
Okay.
So,
Start from the top.
all right. How are you today, by the way? What's the time there?
It's 9 p.m.
Wow, quite a time difference. Can I get a screen share, brother? Thank you. Hallelujah.
We start with the best and only the best. There always.
And I see you use Eclipse.
Yeah.
I myself am partial to using IntelliJ, but to each to its own. So, where do you want to begin?
I haven't touched this code in a bit, so
Which bot of yours is this?
this Kangaroo bot. You
Okay.
can tell because there's multiple classes.
All right. Can you a little bit describe what race, what are the capabilities of this bot currently?
It was designed for Zerg, and then like it kind of got out of hand. Um, I had no idea where I wanted to go with it, so I just added free for all, and that's about it. Added the random races as well.
New dumb name. Yeah, I like your yeah, I like your variable naming. So, okay, what's the that's built in AI, right? Nothing fancy.
Usually, when I start coding again, I just run a game with my bot and see what needs to be fixed from the start. The scouting is special in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
Gets very confused about where to move sometimes.
I
Gets stuck.
see. See, you have waypoints for scouting.
Yeah. Um.
And you have a unit queue here.
Yeah. A unit queue and a construction queue, and then the tech over here.
Mm-hmm. And how do you prioritize between them?
Just the um order of the index for the
Awesome.
buildings in the unit queue. Or actually, no, the unit queue and the bot staff can build whatever it can build and make.
So it will. I mean, how do you decide if you want to build a building or a unit?
Just like, oh, I have money, I can build it. Let's build it.
Shooty Mac
It's a
shoots Siegebot disappointed my parents. What is that? What is that variable? I like this debug message. So what does that signify?
It's APM.
Oh, okay.
It's just APM. It has been APM. It's very interesting at the moment because it's deciding not to build any workers, and now it's going. I have no idea what's going on here. Oh no, it's making Marines. There we go. Good on it.
Yeah, I see
So,
you identify the choke point.
The TVP, it actually does a two-fact thingy with Jiggy to actually get a factory, then save up and start making vultures for the
Mhm.
spider mines.
I see. I hear some echo, so the stream viewers will hear it too. Can you switch to headphones, please?
I am on headphones.
Then I don't know why I am hearing an echo.
Um, Turn it down maybe. Discord.
Are you maybe okay? If Bytekeepers is saying he's not hearing an echo, that's good enough for me. I can suffer, but the stream should not. So, Marines streaming in one by one, or what is happening?
Yeah.
What? Mm-hmm.
They just attack, and once they can't win, they just run back to the bunker, get in it.
Someone is harassing you on Discord, I see.
Shit. It's not.
No, I'm not. I'm viewing your screen, so I can't really chat, to be honest. So what do we have? Can you describe your class structure, or how do you organize your stuff? What kind of classes are we dealing with?
So yeah, this is the main class here, obviously, but and when I started this, I had next to no idea on how classes work. So it was a big learning experience for me, spamming all this shit.
Well,
So we got the main class. Basically runs everything else. I wanted to separate most of what I could separate from the main class file. Like all this is just very bare bones. I have all these squad specific shit in here, a lot of variables.
So you use multiple. Can you scroll up a little bit in the squads file? I was just. So you initialize it with different. Different.
So I give it its units, its ID, and a bunch of other classes, so I can access all that.
What's the use case behind the different constructors?
This specifically has a unit type filter, so Mutarisk uses to only have Mutarisk in its squad, or like A units, whatever.
So you give it a list of units and a unit type, and it filters the unit type.
Yeah, it would fuck, what's the word? It would only assign that unit to a squad which it has the appropriate unit type filter. And then
that's a little bit strange for me, but
I don't know.
yeah, I'm not judging here. So and yeah, you go through all your units per frame, if I see that correctly, and
it's called what is this? And like I used to, if what I used to just iterate between all the units. Now it just the squads, and then it breaks through.
But isn't the lurkers just burrowing and unburrowing?
Battle, yeah.
Oh, enemies nearby. Okay, I didn't see that. How does the enemies nearby method works?
Just a game, get your units in radius.
Well, I would use constants for these kind of stuff, but I mean, yeah, for the radius of the units, but yeah. All right, and let's see. You have a strategy class. How does that work?
Oh, this is where the fun begins. This is all its unit, its buildings and its upgrades.
So basically a script.
Yeah, that's true.
And so you just go through this stuff in order.
It's just a bunch of random builds I just added in. It all does the same build, except for TVP. It has the Euro line here. It's a specific TVP build. Apart from that, it's all just random.
And you don't access, there is this staff queue and P buildings classes. You don't modify these during the game, right?
Not yet. P buildings, like, this is just unit rest. Array list of unit types.
Yeah, but for example, let's say your spawning pool is destroyed. Do you re-add to this queue another spawning pool, or well, that's all folks and you die?
Yeah. It doesn't rebuild buildings, but it will just add to the queue whenever it wants. This is only it's actually how do I put this? Actually, just gets the main file. Actually, just gets what it built from the strategy Java, and then adds it itself.
But like earlier question, what happens? You have something on this list. For example, you have an extractor here. During the game later, that extractor gets destroyed. Do you have something to some logic to rebuild, or how do you check?
Yeah, I actually don't know. I think it does.
Okay, so what's the build loop? What's the evaluation loop of this strategy?
On start, it basically just gets everything. Try and find.
It's pretty hard coded, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, it is.
But it's nice. It's interesting to see that you mentioned that this is basically your first creator programming project, right?
Yeah.
So
Second, if you
yeah, still
count it for
it's very good that you self learn this stuff, and that in itself is a good thing. And I would do it differently, of course. There are some, but this is not about criticizing your code or giving you some shit. So let's just implement something if you want.
it actually gets it from the strat. It doesn't directly modify it.
Mm-hmm.
It adds what it needs to add. We add to the zero index, so that would be built immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't actually let's find it.
Do you and if you're trying to build something, do you retry it until it is succeeding, or
Yep.
what's the logic? Uh-huh.
Do we
And
have a builder class somewhere?
because I've struggled with that a little bit, that creating a building can fail for a multitude of reasons, and you have to handle all of those, and there are different states that you plan the building. I even added some reserving of resources logic. Do you have that, or you just if you have the correct amount of resources, you just make the building?
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you encounter that you do that and the worker takes some time to arrive to the spot where it needs to build the building?
The worker would actually wait. It has resources, and then it will build.
Yeah, but during that time, when the worker is
It
heading
just
to
sits
the
there.
build
It just
site,
sits there. Yeah.
yeah, but during that time you don't reserve the resources. So if you want to build the next stuff on the queue, then or you're only building one thing at a time.
As soon as it's priced, it just removes it from the list and just continues.
Mm-hmm. Well, this seems a bit
But
error prone.
I mean, if it's priced, then it's good enough for me.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I see there is a can build. How do you find the placement positions? Do you use the glorious default algorithm?
Yeah, pretty much.
I noticed that you use bweb as well.
Yeah, only for the map analysis.
Interesting.
It uses game that build location. I did have a custom one. I don't remember why. This is just off the SSDAT website.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used that for a long time as well. But I mean, as long as you don't really care where your buildings are, it's fine. So
Or it has some issue. It walls itself in quite often. Someone gonna need the fix.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, what should we work on then? We can fix this. It sounds like a nice project.
So the issue I had when we ran the bot is it wasn't building workers for some reason. It's probably scared of the zealots, but we look into it.
I don't really get what's the problem.
It didn't build workers.
Ah, okay.
Maybe it was scared of the Protoss, and it's maybe. But,
They are very scary, so that's certainly a possibility.
I'll find my. Here it is. So this is my unit Q function. It's basically separated 3 times for each race, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm this race, the enemy is this race, then I should just make whatever I can to good against that race.
Mm-hmm.
So you would actually separated 2 segments. It's if it can win, then if it can't win, it builds different stuff.
Yeah, pretty binary.
Yeah. Whatever
And
works. That's my motto.
what BW API framework do you use?
JP, J,
JBW
Lobby,
API. Yeah.
JW.
Yeah, that's the. I would recommend using that as well. I think that's maybe the best choice for Java bots at the moment. So let's see a game.
Oh,
You are
they're
Protoss
on the
now.
bot.
Yeah, that helps.
I go back.
I'm wondering what.
I think Zerg is still my best. I don't know. I've done a lot of changes to it recently, and it might break.
Mm-hmm. And
Does it
Zerglings, there
what that
was
is?
there was some combat somewhere. But
I see
yeah,
the
again,
bot has detected the cannons, and it's deciding it wants to expand, but actually isn't anymore. That's strats, so we should get its speed.
I see an idle drone here. That's
Trying to gamma? What is it doing?
that's a good question.
Yeah,
Maybe we
there's an
can
issue. There's an issue somewhere.
start by displaying the orders of the drones and debug this issue. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Let's work on the Zerg bot because that sounds interesting for me. How about we do that?
Think that if it's, I have no idea. It's weird. Did that with Terran as well.
I think debugging would be a nice thing to do. Do things. Yeah, maybe a little more descriptive method names would help.
It started out as a framework, and then like halfway in, I decided, oh, this is not useful at all.
Yeah, and alcohol was involved, if I'm not very much mistaken.
Say that again. Sorry.
During coding, alcohol was involved.
Oh yes, a lot of alcohol. I actually ran out of alcohol. It's
Oh,
bad.
wow.
Couldn't find. Actually, I might be able to find some.
Kids don't drink and code. It's bad. So okay, I would suggest that for the workers, just display their orders above their heads. What do you think?
That could work. So we're assigned to the base. Maybe I'm trying to think here.
What is the BASS or BAS variable?
Well, that's just my bases. So each
I see. Oh yeah.
base has all its its workers in it. It has its
Pawns.
it's gathering gas, and it's basically stores everything about the base, and we just call the functions.
Send worker, where are we? Bot base, yeah. So this is about handling the bases, if I'm not very much mistaken. Okay. And pawns. Pawns is the workers assigned to that base, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The workers were assigned to that base, but wasn't doing anything, which is weird.
Do you think you're lazy cunt? That method. What does that method do?
This like beautiful code.
It's funny.
Just like get it to harvest, I guess. Goes through its gases, see if that's all done. If not, just gather minerals.
Well, let me say that your code could benefit from some best practice applications, if you don't mind me saying. Okay.
Let's run in the background, see what happens. It could be a one-off thing that happens randomly, rarely, but
Yeah, but you don't really have any debug information to track that down, or do you? Do you keep some kind of log files, maybe?
it actually crashed.
Oh yeah, there is a crash. Index out of bounds exception. That would explain it. Where do we have that? Yeah, get first. Is that meant to be a get zero, maybe?
Maybe.
Just maybe.
I think that's meant to be a 0.
Yeah, so retreat unit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this worker stuff. Trying to think.
What are you thinking?
No, I added some worker transfer code a while ago, so maybe it's this. Maybe it's this.
Assign workers to base. Yeah, because you're starting. I guess if you're starting a base is the only base you have, then you're trying to assign a workers to another base, but there isn't another. Could that be the issue?
Yep.
So you unassign it, fine, that worker does not do anything, and then assign worker to base method probably tries to assign it to a different base than the one you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the. Yeah, because there you won't find anything. So maybe just put a system out print line and look if you even enter the assign case. Oh, not there in the assign worker to base.
This first.
Because I meant inside the assign worker to base method. Base is full, yeah? Okay, see.
Maybe it's max workers. Assign.
Minerals, yeah, that's actually a nice formula.
But that can't be it though. That seems right.
Okay. So let's just run it. I would suggest that we fix the race in the BW and API ini file. And maybe just try to fix one part of it at the time. we want some music in the background. Yeah, see?
Oh, here we go. What the fuck? Okay. So what's that?
Well, it's pretty obvious. The pass max workers. What's the max workers value for your starting base?
It should be 16, wasn't it?
I don't know. Let's debug.
It's 5 out of 16. 7.
Do you have? But you only initialize one base at the start, right?
Yep. When it's created.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Then, but clearly that's the issue right there. Can these be? Can you go back to the constructor? I think maybe you switched the bot base constructor. So max workers, yeah, that seems fine. Base that get minerals. Maybe. Well, I can't say anything else. Then let's debug these values. When you initialize this, let's just print out what we have here. Print out these values. That's how I would approach it.
We know what the max work is, and
you never know. Yeah, but the get minerals and get geysers, you assume that they return the correct value. That might not be the case. So, verify everything.
This bug's very recent, and this has worked for a while now. I don't know how this.
Or maybe you just didn't notice the bug.
Nope, this is very new.
Okay. I mean, you're the boss. But clearly we have that else case firing. That means that the condition is not right. So maybe the number of workers are not correctly counted.
Oh, I think I see the issue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Already based here. This variable's names, man.
Yes.
In the
always fun waking up in the morning and reading what I've done. The best part.
Do you want to refactor it? I mean, right now.
No, we don't. If it works, we don't touch it.
that's yeah. Eventually, you have to. But okay. What's the?
Maybe it's creating another base. Maybe.
It sounds kind of wrong for me, yeah, to be honest. But let's try it out.
Try the basic stuff first.
Yeah, basic.
Still scanning it. Ten out of 16 records. Seems right.
Yep. Though we don't actually know if we are getting that message from this base. So I'm suspecting that you have multiple base objects right from the get-go. When do you add the new bot base object?
Here on that script actually. So if it's my unit and it's a resource depot, so it'll be a Nexus command center or a hatchery, and it should check if it's a base already here. If it's not, then do nothing.
Can you go back, please? Let's assume that works for a moment. The base here. I see. But yeah.
This is just
Is it-
stuff.
Is it possible that it finds the enemy base as well, and that's that?
I'll go this.
But I don't. I'm just speedballing here.
Yeah. This is inside this pile of junk. That's fine. This is all that pile of junk. Yeah, that's it. Looks of it.
Is resource depot, and are you sure that you only ran that method one time? Because if you ran it second time, you will add another base object. But we can just here just we can debug how many bases we have.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
In the meantime, I'm searching for some good ambient music.
Yeah, it's fun base and it's full.
How can it be full?
I don't know.
The workers are more than max workers. If it equal, no, it can't be equals. That's interesting. You even display the numbers, so we are working with the exact same variables. Wait, we are looking at this. No, we are not looking at this backwards. Base is full. So when you have one base and it's full, then that means the workers is less or equal than the max workers.
Max workers is just the size of the minerals and gas inside that base object.
Oh wait, go back please. So the workers, if we have less workers, then no, the base is not full, because the base is full if if we are in that case. No, we have more workers than the max workers. That means that the base is full. You implemented the message the other way. So if it's not full, you display the base is full message.
Oh.
So at least we know that that's not the cause of the worker stopping back. Yeah, I glanced over that. That else case is absolutely unnecessary, I believe. We don't actually have a bug here. Well, at least we.
Okay,
At
so
least-
it's definitely not this.
Mm-hmm.
Bit avoided. So
But still, the assign worker to base, I think that's the problem. Can you go inside that method? Yeah, that exactly.
it's just for the bases, so it's
Yeah, but what it will happen? what will happen is you... Oh wait. Well, first of all, what is the pawns variable?
Also, what's just the size of the array list inside its workers?
So if you have less workers assigned than the max workers, then you assign another. That seems right. However, if you have one base and you have more workers than the max workers, then you unassign a worker and then assign it to a different base. But if you don't have a different base, then you just unassign the worker and nothing else happens.
Yeah, pretty much. It just keeps
So-
trying to as a base.
Yeah, so the worker will be idle. Any number of workers above the max worker number will be idle if you don't have a second base for them to go to.
Yeah.
So I think that's the bug. Well, what we can do to avoid that is just don't unassign the worker, because let's check if you have free bases in the assign.
Did SDF, SDSF, SS, whatever the fuck that is. That's the number of bases we have, which is just one.
Yeah, that's fine. But when you unassign, when you call the unassigned and the assign worker method, there, what if you don't do that if all your bases are full? Just add a condition that if all my bases are full, then I don't need to assign workers to anywhere. No? Can you go back from where is this code from?
I'll find it again.
I think there is a shortcut for it somewhere.
Somewhere.
I mean,
I control F to find everything in my code. What I do. That's how I navigate this shit, so. Fuck. Going forward or backwards? What the fuck? Yeah, no. The fuck? Alright, this might take a while.
can you describe what you are looking for? Because let's try to be entertaining a bit. So, what's your thought process behind this code? I'm actually curious about that.
I don't know.
What were you thinking? No.
I was thinking, yeah, well, the first spot's pretty shit. I wonder if I can make this even shitter.
That's not.
It can't be that bad, right?
It's not a very good thought process. Well, I mean, I wouldn't write code like this. Let's put it that way. But I really do not want to criticize your code on stream. Let's speak after, and I can offer you my honest advice. But I really don't want to do that on stream, because yeah, that's not the point of it. Unless you specifically ask me to.
This is how I learned how to code. This is
That's perfectly fine. So just say the word and I will unleash my criticism, but I try to keep this
I haven't
in a positive
learned how
spirit.
not to do this, so this is what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy it. It works. Barely.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
perfectly
the
fine.
40k, but just it
Yes.
works barely. I'm trying to find code.
Since this is a hobby project for you, you do what you want. What are we looking for again?
Code.
Yes, more specifically.
Oh, that's not it.
This is the coding equivalent of shitposting, right?
Yeah. Fuck.
We were trying to find the worker, why the workers are idle. Where are the places in the code when where you make the workers do something? Can you answer that?
If they avoid it, means they just do nothing. And the only way it would do that is if it's trying to build something, which it shouldn't, because it's just started the game.
Mm-hmm.
It would usually it prints out. Well, it doesn't actually print out. They're getting assigned. Oh, maybe it's not unvoided it. Is he 149? Excellent. Welcome to the party. She was
Hi,
unvoided
Dan.
responses.
What is voiding and unvoiding in your terms?
This means if a worker can work at its assigned base or not. Voided means it's not going to do anything. Whereas unvoided, which only voids workers if it's trying to build, which it does, which it said it has done here.
How I personally approach this problem is I had some roles for workers and I represented these roles with enums. So a worker is always in one state or the other. And the do nothing I try to avoid. If a worker is not doing nothing, it can scout or it can, I don't know, just stand in line for minerals or something. But yeah, it should be avoided that workers don't do anything. From a gameplay perspective, I mean.
Okay, now we're gonna dig deep into this. God damn it.
Yeah? Could you comment on that? And
We'll dig
unvoid?
real deep
Okay.
to find the unit root, where the fuck it is. Here we go.
Also, what I did is I assigned a handler to each unit type, and so my main class was not as bloated. So you just call every unit type handler, and they do the unit specific micro or unit specific behaviors. So yeah, you mentioned that you were not really familiar with classes before this. That I think that is helping if you have a clearly thought out or clearly sketched out class structure.
They're unvoiding fine. Decided oh no, it's going back. Okay. This is where's its gas? Like it's doing a no gas spray? Okay. Oh. Oh no, that's its gas, that's fine. You don't need gas, that's cool.
Oh, so it literally just goes there and waits. So when you decide you want to build, then the worker starts to go there and waits until you have enough resources, right?
Yep. And he's getting stuck inside the mineral land. It's trying to go both. Okay.
And you don't have income prediction or anything.
No. What it has. So now they're doing nothing. Maybe as soon as you place on that gas, started doing this. Maybe it's the gas. It's not voided because they also have the brown sucker around it. Okay.
I would just display every information in the main loop. I mean, it's pretty hard to debug these things.
It's even harder to debug my mess.
Well, you said it, not me.
Oh, frames? Fuck.
I'm wondering if Dan has PTSD so far.
Hopefully.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Draw some lines.
Yeah. To what end? You can't just draw lines around, man.
It's a step up.
It has very little effect.
Absolutely no idea what's causing this.
With very little.
Usually, I think back to what I fucked with recently, and it's the Lega transfer, which shouldn't happen because it's on one base.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. That you probably trying to transfer it to you unassign a worker, then it just stands around. Let's.
And if it does, it will find the base again because it doesn't have enough workers.
No,
so
because you only
base again.
You only unassign if you have more than the max workers. If you have equal, then you don't unassign. That would be the case if that loop were, or that condition were greater or equals, but it's just greater, so you have a one-off error here. Because let's say you have, I don't know, 10 is the max worker. When you have 10 workers, you don't unassign. You have 11, you unassign 1, and then you still have 10, and that means that you don't reassign the 11th worker.
Oh. That's true, yeah. Just sit there until it finds a base.
And if you don't have a second base, then Then that's it.
Just sits there. It's chilling.
Cracking open a code one with the boys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
Just-
I mean, we can try to untangle this, or we can just rewrite it from the ground up. I'm a little more partial to the second option. Or you're more of a fan of a let's try stuff and see what happens kind of development methodology?
Rewriting something's the last thing I want to do.
Sorry?
It's the last thing I want to do. Anything else happening, Marines? Huh.
You died it.
Yeah, I did.
What are you thinking?
Maybe it's like not assigning its workers to its bases. Doesn't make sense because it does it at the start. Does the workers at the start. Fine. It assigns these workers perfectly fine, but then they just go idle.
Let's see. Let's wait for an idle worker and see the worker counts.
716
And we don't have an idle worker yet, right?
no, it's shitting out wings. Good on it. Actually, it skipped this hard coded natural, and there's no trying to build creep on there. That's nice.
Well, yes.
Oh, there we go. Manage more Jones.
But all your workers are working.
Yeah, they're working fine.
And you have an idle worker here. No? It is going, going
you
by.
can faintly see that it's actually drawing lines to the depot.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely assigned to that base.
So it's not the assigning logic then. It's something else.
Narrowing it down. Maybe it's just not do things you lazy cunt. It might be that.
Okay. In the meantime, let's have some StarCraft music in the background.
Okay.
This is two things you lazy cunt method. Yeah, maybe Worker idleness. Well, if you just don't some well, you don't assign anything, or maybe you spam too many comments. That's the two hunches I have.
And this do things really lazy cunt only is called if they're idle, which they are, but they aren't getting told to do anything. So maybe it's this.
Probably that. I would.
I think it's 100% this, because it only does that when the gas is made. So it's something here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you try to assign a guest worker. So guest workers have priority, and if you can't for some reason, then the worker should mine minerals.
Yeah, but it only does that if it's a statement. Might be the issue.
The voided workers. When you don't unvoid the worker in this method. So that means that even if the worker is going to mine something, it still will be a part of the voided workers. No.
Yep, that means it just won't be bothered. Won't be told to do anything else from the base anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it should be avoided that you have multiple conditions, because it's just a combinatorial explosion after a while. I prefer to use enums when dealing with this. Let's see if we have idle workers.
No, it's fine. I think they fixed it. Let's
Maybe.
add gather minerals.
Maybe we did.
And let's skip the hatchery again. Oh damn it!
You don't have enough minerals for a hatchery as of yet.
It does. It's.
Oh, now it does, yeah.
So it attacks if it needs to expand. It does, but if it can't win against the current opponent, which Protoss in its infinite army of zealots, then it'll cancel the expansion, and then go to hiding again. That's what it's doing. It's canceling the hard-coded natural.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I think this is the bug is fixed.
Well, so far it looks like it.
And we get to watch it die.
Mm-hmm.
That has no sunkens.
And the Zerglings are just idle.
There we go. It's super
No,
speedy.
it's not. Mm-hmm.
It's not like a defense anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time for that.
Okay.
Alright.
Then let's investigate that hatchery issue. How about that? Also, would you excuse me for 5 minutes? I need a little bit of a break, but I will keep the stream on so you can comment on stuff. Be back in a bit. Be a good boy, please.
Right, what is this? Oh, this is my... McRae, you son of a bitch, you're next. Better fucking do it. So this is it here. Can't win it. If you can win it against this target, then charge everything pretty much. And if it needs to expand, it does so. And here is canceling the expansion. We can actually bump this up a bit. I think that would do it. You know. Oh, fuck you. Oh no, I did cancel the expansion again. Fuck.
Okay, I'm back. What do we have here, sir? Have you been
Canceling.
behaving while I was gone? What are we doing?
I'm fixing the cancel the expansion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of coal that detecting the enemy if it's cheap. Or if it's turtling up, then we'll try and expand our way. Usually, if that's the case, then we'll have a resource depot as
Current bitchy was myself. Well, you are your own worst critic, I must say. Does that variable does anything useful?
this just a string. So here we're attacking. You get to see our special scout. Actually doing well this time. No, and he gets stuck by a probe. It's been nice knowing you.
Probi I hardly you. Oh yeah.
Waiting for its other zoet to. Gonna keep going. The perfect building placement.
Press F to pay respect for the drone.
Oh, what is this? Intimidation tactics. I like it. Into goons now. You know, spam goons. So now it's workers. Oh, it's running. Oh, good boy. Shit, my bot's like a dog. Oh,
That's screw you, dude. I'm going to attack. Get in, loser. We are going to the enemy base.
and he's dead. Poor fella. So now the worker is just sitting here because there's no bases.
Mm-hmm.
We are churning out the goons now, which is something.
Mm-hmm.
And spamming out more gateways. Look at that perfect micro.
Yes,
Kutus has to learn from me.
it's a fair chance micro. You know, the goon positioned himself
Actually,
in exactly
not.
the middle.
Otherwise, for me, get goons to work, like trying to get them to cut away and shit. Like, we're very buggy. They cancel their attacks constantly. We could win this actually at the choke point.
Yeah,
Generous. Oh no.
we won't,
That's
but
it.
we could have.
No, this is not winnable. It's making some stuff. Oh no, that's sending reinforcements. The stock AI has learned.
Oh no, a bitter defeat.
A beautiful defeat, in my opinion.
All defeats are beautiful.
Yes. Okay, no, fixed the wrecker thing, we can actually work on town.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working on town for the data, which I was gonna upbuild, but then found a bunch of bugs. I was like, eh, I'll fix it. So I've actually hard coded the enemy to be Portos, so I'm expecting the raise. You know, it will definitely start shooting out some vultures very soon, and will actually save up all the spider mines. It's also apparently expanding because it's all the cannons.
Mm-hmm.
It counts for that expansion because of the cannons.
Do you have any kind of tactic recognition, or you, if see cannon, then do things?
Yeah, so if it has cannons and it has an army, then it's probably turtling, which it is in this case.
Purple
But the
turtle.
bot saw, and then the bot saw the cannons and was freaked out by that and cancelled its expansion because of that. So now it's just gonna make some stuff on space without getting a machine.
Did the Marines actually enter the bunker? Three of them did.
Then that's an improvement. I get in it.
But I see that you still have the units inside the bunker assigned to a squad.
Yep, and that will get out once it's ready to attack.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got these spider mines coming along. All happy times.
Dan says that this macro queue is dope. Okay, let's see what we have.
The spider mines are the worst thing in this spot. It kills itself more than it actually kills the enemy. Look at that, look at that.
That's
It's
a
stuck on the other vulture.
disco vulture.
Oh no. It's deciding to dive onto the cannon. I admire his tenacity.
Well,
We're
at least
making-
one mine remained. That's
Eventually it would realize that it probably should expand. Hopefully. But I think it's still scared of the fortress. Now just keep on building stuff.
Do you have siege mode implemented?
Yeah, let's see, just
Okay, let's see. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, they are trying to lay some mines inside a...
actually didn't kill itself. Oh no, I did. There we go. You
And
corrected me.
the zealot remained alive. This
Did
is
it?
why I love the battle. Yeah, the zealot didn't die. How did it
Oh my
manage
God.
that?
Protoss Imba. Nerf Protoss.
No other explanation.
Is it got a gas? Like if what? Stockpiles gas.
Yeah, you have a lot of gas.
There we go, now it's expanding. Maybe we might stick to it this time.
Let's see. That means that you only can have one base to expand to at a time. So you are expanding one by one. Oh, that was a nice
Oh, look at this.
chain mine hit. One
Oh,
zealot
yeah,
died.
it's actually doing stuff. Holy shit. Cost effectiveness. Finally kicking in.
You know, you can just business expense those spider mines, so doesn't matter.
Should make it turtle up more early game. Maybe.
Maybe.
Once it starts getting its base is up and running, we'll see some ghosts and some. Oh shit! What is that? Oh, never mind. For now, it's going in. It's dying to cannons, and then like, oh, I can't win anymore. So it goes back.
This is the
Oh,
literally.
and also cancels its expansion because it's just lost everything. Oh,
Is this
can't win
method?
against. Can't.
Is this method called literally can't even?
It's can't even. It's getting an academy up and building another academy as well. It's 2 academy for the stim and the marine range.
Mm-hmm. But you still haven't expanded.
No. Once it kills all of this, it'll expand and be all fine.
Nice sieging up though. I have to admire
And
that.
it all died. Oh, no, some here.
Yeah, but they
Some of them survived.
chose a nice position to siege up, so the overall strategy was not that bad.
Very high over code. If enemies nearby, siege.
Okay.
Well, we're getting 5 bats now. Yay. To the winner added 5 bats. Oh, here they
And
come. Dark Templars. Get the scan.
nice.
The Marines will actually push up when it attacks, it can win.
Nice.
Same with the Vultures.
You will repel this attack, and the mine will hit. So it is not for nothing. I see you don't have repair.
Doesn't repair tank. It does repair burnings though.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot this spider pump. No! Stop. Now go repair that spider pump.
So you have building repair logic. That's nice.
Yep.
But
and if it's a bunker or missile turret, I think the SUVs might hang around it for a bit.
and I see
Maybe
you
that's-
don't have any kind of combat sim. So as you said, if see enemy siege,
It does have a sim.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just suspecting that because you said that the tanks are sieging up if they see any kind of enemy.
I think in that case, they're sieging up because they can win. If you select it, if they're in combat, it should show their sim score, which is currently 0.5 at the moment, which is neutral. So
Firebat leading the charge and dying. That medic is... Yeah, medic is...
I have scouts.
Are you getting stoved?
This StarCraft AI has like 4 bases at the moment. What's still I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, 0.22 over sim score at the moment. They're not doing too well.
And the medics are overextended. I think that you assigned the same...
The medics are horrible. They need to be redone.
You assign the same coordinate as an attack move target as the Marines. You can see this in if you just try it out by yourself. Then if you order a mix squad on attack move command, then the medics will go there, and
Yeah,
the Marines
they
will
should.
Marines will just stop in range and fire at the stuff.
Yeah, so the medics should just hang around other units.
Yeah, they should
But I
stay in the
guess-
back.
When it checks if it can win to attack, it will order all units to attack move to the attack point, which is this cannon.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably just getting repeatedly told to go to that cannon.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's fix something.
And so far, it's fine. It's doing what I've told it to, so canceling expansions is fine. It fixed out, it fixed out.
Mm-hmm.
I see the mine.
Someone's at the
What's he
door.
doing?
I will be back in a minute.
The whole bot's a meme. It wasn't meant to, but it's a meme. It's an unintentional meme. That's why I never made a framework out of it, which I was supposed to do, like a decent starting framework.
Back.
Oh,
Basically the same stuff is happening, right?
yeah, it's dying to Protoss. It tried. It might be able to win. Except when it tries to drop mines on itself. What are you doing? Oh, fuck you.
Dan says that I really didn't know you could connect a series of memes and get a working program out of it.
Yeah, I'm reading the chat. Let's see. Put it against something that's not Protoss. See it right game.
Let's try that out.
Compared to F1, it's an improvement. That's TVT. So this is one of the issues. As scouts the enemy, but still tries to scout the other bases.
I see.
This needs to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But I fixed this, but apparently not.
And also it goes to the exact spot of the main building. You shouldn't if you see that spot, that's enough. You don't need to actually go there.
Oh, I actually got out. Holy shit. SV has no, it's the
It went back, it tried to show that he's a man, but failed.
it's doing its TVP build at the moment. It's because I have it hard coded to do so. It's testing against Protoss. It doesn't an issue of it doesn't change its build versus random, so just do a default build for it. Unless I'm told to do the Protoss build, which it is.
Exxon Micro.
So I guess that is too far away, so they're getting told to attack, then told to regroup. It's fine. It's in there. Another issue is it doesn't, and it seems what it knows its enemies making, not what they can make. So it only still saw or knew the enemy only had 3 Marines, so it just attacked without knowing what they could make. It's another issue. Also hard to do.
I like that the Marine retreated into the bunker. It's nicely done.
That's an accident. I just get told to go in the bunker if they can't win. We'll call it a feature.
Well, it worked out good for him.
Yeah. If it works, it works. We don't touch it.
Slow rolling. Imagine the guy just putting the elbow
Oh my
out.
god, that vulture! Holy shit, it's drifting.
He's just slow rolling then drifting. It's a ghetto vulture. It's amazing.
That's another issue actually. It tries to regroup. It's trying to regroup and retreat at the same time, so it was confused about what to do. No, I think the poor bot's dead.
Siege up. Bang.
It's targeting the medics. It's trying to make
but
it kill themselves.
too little, too late.
Do you have a unit retreaters? I don't know how old this is. It's not used. Okay. Could this add them to retreaters? What's actually retreating and make sure they don't get touched? Which I actually shouldn't get touched. Hang on. This is its squad has something called a D&D. It's just do not disturb. That's why they have their numbers next to their name. And basically that means is they just don't get orders. For this reason, this regroup is what is it? What's it called? Function for it somewhere. Every time I welcome aboard again, I have to go back and learn what the function are. Actually, you have to waste like an hour or two just looking at the bot, so it needs to be fixed, and then fix that. Let's see what the function is called. Is it code for it?
What are we looking at? Yeah, oh, the regroup logic. Maybe
And so it was trying to regroup while told not to accept anything. It's weird. I have this and also have D&D. Maybe oh, it's my data. I see. It's a completely different thing. Okay. The data cost, not the broadcast.
I didn't get this, sorry. What do you mean?
There we go. We're good. That should fix that regrouping issue.
Well, let's try it out. That's the only way.
Now this issue here. Don't know what to call it yet. I mean, like it needs to. what I wanted to do is react to the enemy's openings, and it can't do that if the SCV is off scouting a base, even though it knows where the enemy is.
Yeah, you should stop the scouting at that point. Or
I mean,
just do it differently.
It should stop the scouting. Maybe it's a bit whiffed.
Debug time.
Yeah, I hate debugging. It's not fun.
Well, software development is like 95% debugging.
I picked the wrong profession, haven't I?
It's not too late to become a coal miner.
It's not too late. It's changed. It's building vultures, which is oh, I know why. Yeah, which is weird against Zerg. You don't usually see vultures against Zerg, and now it actually did nothing. You killed a Hydra, so
That was
get on it.
shameful display.
You killed a Hydra. I mean, it's not that bad. We don't touch it. You must have got told.
Well, you've given him a chance, that's for sure.
And the default, the in-game pathfinding, all the units were around this bunker, right? And half of them decided to go top, half of them decided to go bottom, even though they're like a couple meters
Yeah,
near each
that's
other.
quite interesting, to say the least.
I think it's trying to cheat the worker or something.
I'm writing the guide to BW API, and during that process I'm digging deep into StarCraft code, and I haven't begun to untangle pathfinding yet because, yeah, that's let's say not a basic issue.
Like I said, it's trying to expand. It's gonna die. No, they see you to sit there for a while into it. It's actually going to save up for the command center. Well, actually, it's not going to save up for the command center. I see. So it was saving up for the command center. It had enough resources, but canceled the command center because it can't win against the Zerg anymore. But the placement is still here. So it's gonna try and build the command center there. The engineering bay there. Which is fine with me. You can expand. It's a big guy.
Yeah, but you're spending all your money on units.
Yeah, that's fine.
And the Hydra boys just arrived.
Oh, he's just trying to kill the worker. He's doing something. Even in the face of death, it does what it's told. That's the perfect bot. No fear, no regrets.
Only in that does your duty end.
I inspire too much from the Imperial Guard for my bot. Marines are just sacrifices.
Yeah, it's like sacrifice yourself for the Emperor or die trying.
It stops making it removes workers from the queue if it can't win against its opponent, and makes them if they and starts making it if it can win against its enemy.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, I have half an hour left, but we can do a lot of stuff during that.
Yeah. I mean, It's just decision making, which I don't like doing. There's a lot to be done.
What is the part that you like?
Nothing.
Okay,
Or development is frustrating as hell.
that is true. But it,
Um,
it is kind of rewarding. What are you thinking?
seeing what the hell this is.
Well, as the guy who wrote it.
I have no idea what this is. Oh, Spider-Man. Oh, okay. This is runs away from mines.
Maybe think that through.
So what should we do?
Maybe try to fix the strider mine logic so it's not placed inside detection range.
That's in the Sparcaster's function. And all this information gets passed to this or each Spellcaster unit, and then it does whatever it needs to do. Spider-Man is a bit specific, like it's score based. If you have a score or sim value of 0.85, then you'll just dump it in front of a unit. If not, then just jump it on itself. Which I think it's fine enough.
Is near enemy or better? That's confusing.
It is if it's near an enemy or it's about to, or it's in combat, pretty much.
That score. What does it? That's the score from the simulator.
Yeah. So it sims its surrounding every whatever it is, and then like it gets a skim score from that unit.
Can you explain how the sim score works?
It's ass. I think it's evaluation.
So you just get that from a third party.
But we get every unit, third party. It was coded by Lightkeeper. It basically just gets every unit and it sims it and it outputs a score and then sets that score somewhere.
Or retreat in Stalingrad.
And it sets a score here.
I see.
And here it is. If it's set score is true, then it sets the score of that unit. Depending on that score is what they do. Image here. Let's see. Go down to our kite and retreat, or kite away, kite towards script here. It basically just checks score and weapon ranges and whatnot. We have if we outrange the target, like a Hydra's outrange a zealot, and it's weapon cooldown, if it's going down, it would score between the specific value, then you would do so. If it's guaranteed to win, it doesn't do that. And for Mirvis, it does.
How does kiting work?
You get a spot away from the enemy, and move to that, then attack back to it.
Yeah, but how do you determine that position?
Or it just gets a spot away from the enemy.
Can we take a look inside that method?
Very simple code. Like a bunch of minuses.
Yes.
I think Hans gave me this. Not sure where I got this from. But I had so much issue with this. Actually, as trouble doesn't move away that much if they're close enough, so I have this little catch statement.
Mm-hmm.
You could call it. And yeah, really, let's just do it regardless. God, of course, I had to do it for Degreens because Degreens are broken and they can't behave themselves without dancing around.
Yeah, I see your comment that fix cool micro.
Yeah, there's to-dos. The way to show that. Oh, here it is. Oh, okay. Let's see. See if we can try and fix this scouting issue where it tries to scout when it has detected the enemy. Which maybe in data. Do the things.
Do things you lazy can't, right?
Do the things that do choke points, that do that points that do of the give back.
Yeah, clear and understandable.
So I was saying, like, maybe when I was developing as a framework, I was like, oh, maybe I should just rename half the functions. So I did.
Well, you should always write code that knowing that the next guy who looks at it is a violent psychopath who knows where you live. Even if you're the only one who ever looks at it.
Try this basic. This is where it attacks to, like has all the global attack points.
Mhm.
As the attack point is index of the first value of that. And the scouting it just scouts the attack points, and then down here it checks if there's enemies nearby. Maybe as soon as we detect it, we'll just crew it. So I forgot to add myself. Maybe they'll fix it.
Let's see how this turns out.
Ansel did it actually.
I am just commenting.
Full sell it. Witch hunted.
That was a little bit fast to follow, yeah.
Yeah. We just skip like the first couple thousand frames.
Yeah, usually do that too. Well, Bob just died, so they are retreating.
Yeah.
They didn't like Bob anyway. He was a jerk.
They all get in the bunker and they all. Oh no, they're going out again. No, they're going back in. It's a shame, really. I have not worked in this spot in weeks. Gradually losing interest in it.
Well, motivation is sometimes hard to keep up.
And people like writing their papers on it and have a reason to do it. I just do this for fun.
It's
And then
perfectly
we're in
fine.
Java.
Writing in Java has nothing to do with it. It's the language is almost inconsequential. The only thing that matters or could matter is performance, and sometimes Java and especially Python can have that, but you can work around those. Other than that, it's just a tool for the job.
See, it was for a period I did work on it. I was getting 3.4 working.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shame because JBI, at least for me anyway, has issue where it crashes if the game is played on the local um the local PC. JBI this crashes and so can't run games on it. I did manage to get this one decent 3.4 game that didn't crash, and sent it to you and I sent it to McRave.
I noticed you haven't been participating in tournaments.
Yeah, this is nowhere near tournament ready. It'd ruin my enthusiasm if I did try to get into a tournament. The Marines trying to push that tank.
Some partial success has achieved. An attempt was made.
It should have ran away. Or maybe it got stuck trying to siege up again. Now it's trying to the command center. We need to do some more decision making for the spot. But yeah. It's hard. I try to make it universal, like what it tries to do, so it tries to what's the word, how I put this? Tries to do the best thing in any environment. Any bot, the safest thing, the most I don't know how to put it.
I must say that given your background, it is an achievement that you went this far, and I mean that sincerely. And we would like to we would like you to continue on this path. And there are a lot of the bot holds on his own in a lot of situations. Like I think you will repair this attack, or will you?
Yeah,
it
will.
Yeah, it will.
The AI didn't go through the choke point; it went around. Generally surprised about that. Oh, he's trying to shoot the medic. Oh,
What?
call assistance. Oh no, never mind.
And counterattack. Still waiting for minerals for the command center, and we have it.
This vault is gonna die and the bot's gonna run back. Oh, bullet's shoving up its mines. And also blinds units as well.
That's nice to see. Although that is marginally useful in a TVT situation.
It's not, but you know, it's a meme. Memes come first, always. And then, how are you guys doing?
I don't really,
comment.
I don't really
Okay.
recall any other bot using blind. Although you can't really see that in the replay viewers, so they might. I'm just not seeing it.
It's 75 energy, so it's a lot. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
why not?
It's very situational, but it has its uses. Like there was a famous pro game when one of the players blinded the observers of the opposing Protoss player.
Oh, does it get rid of detection?
Yes. Well,
Damn.
and sight and sneaked around with dropships, I think. But or either dropships or raids or something. But it was a surprising move, and there was no detection for the Protoss for a long time. Kind of only works if your opponent is not expecting it.
It's an issue. It's not counting this as a base. It's not transferring. I think it's that line that we added in where we're trying to debug the worker.
There are a lot of interconnected parts, it seems. So if you fix something, then something else
To
breaks.
break something. Yeah. That's a simple fix, hopefully.
Mhm.
Sweet. There we go. Alright, this is fixed. So the issue happened again with the scouting. It scouted, it saw it, maybe. Oh, hang on. Maybe it gets. Yeah. It actually moves to all of them, actually. I think it also stops venturing. Yeah. Maybe not. Hmm. I guess it's not a big issue, kind of way, because we don't react to the enemy anyway. Gotta just continue on our beaten path.
What do you think? What should be modified here?
Um, the scouting needs to. It needs to adjust what the opponent is doing. Like I had something along with that. With the turtling detection. I think I also had specific TVP stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Detects how much gateways it builds. If it's more than 2, if it opens up before more than 2, then it's slower. Then I think it's a ton of Varexes. Yeah, update opponent opener against target. There you go. That's
Yes. Mm-hmm. Again, variable naming is at its finest.
I try, and then like at the end of it, I just couldn't just give one fuck. I see.
The line number is inversely proportional to the facts given.
Oh yes. I think if what had like let's see. I think you've overcome Mythbot and Ryan's now. I think you have more. If what has 6,500 Ryan's.
Yeah, my bot has, I think, 3,000, and I really try to not go overboard.
Yeah, so yeah, it's. Oh yeah, if it returns a waste of unit type, and then we'll add that to it. Open the check. Oh, let's see. Turns no, but nothing needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. It actually doesn't start with this easy enemy.
Scooter.
This is and this is what is this? Oh, hang on. That's fine. The bitch is navigating this pile of mess.
Unfortunately, we are almost out of time. I need to go in 10 minutes. So I think it's time for some closing remarks soon.
Okay.
Just a heads up. Let's have some meme music to close this. Well, for me personally, it was interesting that how you approach these problems and what kind of stuff you implemented. And to be honest, you've given me some ideas. So just keep up the good work.
Very bad ideas. This is
No.
not how you should do bot development at all.
Well, maybe not, but still, you can learn something from almost anyone. Let's see this play out. Then I will stop the stream for now.
Okay.
And of course, thank you for participating. And anyone who wants to do a code stream, just contact me and we will get it organized.
My grave is next. I did this query too because of my grave. He has to do it.
You nominate
Or everyone has
McRave.
to unstar his GitHub if he doesn't do it.
Fair enough.
Better be. It's not. He has to do it. To keep pressing him. Don't do any more of these until he's done it.
Wait, that's not really beneficial for me.
It is for me though. It doesn't matter about you.
We'll see what we can do.
Getting its stim. Comes out, SV is just chewing. There's an issue where it makes one too many workers sometimes. Which is fine.
Yeah, and Dan says it's really neat. I hope to see you continue.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Nah, don't give up, man.
What's in the way? The Marine did. All the MS Marines got on the other one. I should target the medics, but hang on. We win this now. Don't get very far. The StarCraft AI usually has a couple tanks by now. And any game, a bot will be dead at this point. Like, it's dumped 1,000 minerals in the Marines, and the enemy can have a couple of tanks and just kill the bot. Oh my god, that fire bat.
That was an evil fire bat.
Oh, they don't. Oh, maybe they're trying to shoot the medic. Did it transfer now? So that's all working. Yeah, it got a base out of it, and I'll call that a win. An absolute win.
Well,
Originally had planned for this bot was a mass expand Z bot. It would like try to take the whole entire map and just swarm with Hydrus. But you know, I had too many ideas. They got ruined. And there's still a lot of ideas for this bot. I wanna add some JSON ratings, so you can add some custom builds, and then do my own tournament where you can add your own build for this bot, like a free for or some dumb shit. I know that playing the right feature. We'll have to run JSON rating and whatnot. They're trying to attack it, but they're also just getting told to attack the command center.
let's just speed this up here.
Yeah. Taking its damn time.
Boom.
They like advanced like 10 meters towards the enemy and then decided to attack it.
That was
Yeah,
a less than effective attack, yeah.
Well, effective. I think some combat around the world, and you see like a bunch of soldiers just like turning in each direction, moving towards you. Be horrified. But I'm done. Maybe I'll get Ghost and a Nick. End this off with a boom. With them going around it. I've ran. Oh, actually, the spider ones. Oh, we actually got the tanks.
Yeah, that's
strats.
Somehow they repelled that attack, but only delayed the inevitable.
What doesn't kill me makes me stronger.
No, it doesn't. Not in this case. Haha! Nice mine hit.
And the barracks were made unbuilt for the rest for all of eternity.
Something like that.
Got the science facility now.
Wow.
After the starport.
We are in quite advanced states of this game. And another attack fizzled, but we have 2 mines. will this be the final
You,
push?
you can't fuck up bot macro, so that's one thing going for it. It's a macro test bot. See if you can unmacro the bot.
Well, there is a term called work in progress. But
Yeah, I got the,
are you mining out, by the way? Not
yeah,
yet.
that
No, Dan is right. I think you need more workers in general.
it is a lot more safe for the cancel making workers for now.
Mhm.
The building placement is getting hard. It's just a lot safer approach, more general approach.
Mm-hmm.
But so many different scenarios, and it just fits most of them. Detectives and they'll have a fun time going around the entire map between each unit, kind of like a murderous grave, how they bounce around
Mm-hmm.
everything. Good. Oh, I did gotta come set. Okay. I don't know if we have lockdown, we don't.
Ha! Glorious sieging action.
Running out the siege tank, it works 90% of the time, every time. Till they lock down me.
Yeah. But progress.
Yeah.
They are actually making progress.
Almost find out, they're not. Off the science vessel, the Valkyries.
Poor vessel.
Oh, that's weird. And these were defense matrix as well. That's
Mhm.
kind of good about having my spellcaster card. It's so easy to add stuff in. I got the idea from Dan from Purple Wave actually,
Mm-hmm.
by this universal card that he bragged about one day.
Come on, then is not the bragging type.
Not just like a giant if block statement of if ghost lockdown or something like that. We see some siege lines.
You'll
We've
need
never
some
seen before.
anti-air.
And it's trying to make a science vessel. What the hell happened to all your workers? Oh, they're here now. Oh, they're building stuff. Yeah, it's getting stuck on the science vessel. Yeah, I think I made that great.
What is
There should
that?
be-
What is that number below the?
That's
Or
how many frames worth they can be touched. That's the D&D I was talking about.
mm-hmm.
For some reason, that just decided to siege up again.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of always forgot to
This game is very long, surprisingly long.
guess we got nukes hopefully.
Even nukes.
Nuke itself.
The enemy is on the move.
Just got locked down. I don't know if I added Croc. I'm pretty sure it did.
But you just pressed it manually now.
Yeah. I don't know if I actually added it to make it yet. Trying to make a nuke, even though I already has a nuke. And that could be an issue. All the barracks is, oh my god. That is beautiful.
What is the enemy
They-
doing actually?
They do nothing. They're just defensive. They might come later and attack you, but they don't. The bot will just make barracks till the end of time.
Is this
And then
maximum speed? No, it's
Oh,
not.
This is 30. It's actually slowing down a bit.
Let's speed it up.
This is as fast as you can go. This is speed 0.
Mm-hmm.
It's placing barracks all around the map now.
Nuclear lava.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
there
Oh.
is the nuke. You
It's
just
AI
got nuked, sir.
Oh, I will remake those units. Or maybe not. Got stuck on a nick.
Alright, and we have to end this stream unfortunately now, as I have to go. But thank you for participating, and maybe we can repeat this sometime.
My Mac. Looking at what I've done.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's say goodbye to everyone and see you next time. I'm
Goodbye.
ending the stream now.